welcome to the Master of Unlocking podcast. I'm Logan. This is Jib. That's Caleb.
Yeah.
And if you know what a jib is, you win.
Yeah, you win.
You win. Just put
a free subscription to the Master of Unlocking YouTube channel.
Yeah.
something like that. Just put your name in the comment section.
Get a free premium subscription for 12 months.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
free premium. I mean, that comes with like
All the swearing.
all the swearing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I believe
Yep.
a sticker collection.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I'll make a sticker collection. Don't mess around now. It can't be that expensive.
Probably not. Got to join our Patreon for that.
Yeah.
If I make them, will you guys put them on your cars?
Yes.
Yeah.
Will you?
Well, sure, why not?
Yes. I'm totally doing that. I'm making us
Okay.
bumper stickers.
Oh, God. Oh, God. What did we agree to?
All right. So we're getting jib bumper stickers is what we're getting.
Yep. That way we can get random comments like, I saw this on this bleepity bleeps car. Now I'm commenting on your channel.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we'll just put some hashtags on it or something, or start a movement. You know.
A bowel movement
Mm-hmm.
on the poop deck.
You know, and if people see it, they can comment where they saw it, and then they call with the phrase that pays. Like your radio station, like, hey, I just saw the radio van with bumper stickers, and I don't know.
Are you
And our
answering?
phrase this week is jib.
Jib.
Caller. You're on the air.
Mm-hmm.
Who's
What's
it?
the password? Jib.
You just won stickers. They'll be coming in the mail, or you can drop by the station anytime. Between 8 and 2. Anyway, food this week.
Oh, yeah.
Food.
That's how we start.
We start with food. We had the bourbon barbecue bacon burger from Wendy's.
There's a lot of bees.
It was a lot of bees. I mean, it was no Carlos Beltran, Lance Berkman, Craig
Not the killer
Biggio.
bees.
No,
Not the killer bees.
Not the killer
Mm-mm, not the
bees.
killer
But
bees.
this was a lot of bees. Where did everybody go? I feel like this was an important discussion that came up. Which street of...
So after recommending that you not go to the college street, I went there.
I did too.
Only because, like, literally after we stopped recording last week, I was like, man, I am hungry. Oh, I
knocked it
didn't
out.
eat
Wow.
Right away. He
Yeah,
told
On
me...
they're open that late on a
Yeah.
Sunday?
Mhm.
Because we were here pretty
No, it was
late.
Monday.
Oh, it was Monday.
We recorded a day late.
Okay.
So he was
Yeah.
already a day behind, so we had to...
Right.
He had to get it done.
I mean, I usually do it on Mondays anyway, so
Mhm.
Yeah, you usually you fast after we decide, right? Until
Right.
yeah, you
Mhm.
just wait. Yeah.
yeah.
Good man, dedication.
But yeah, they were the only ones still open, so that's why I went there. But
Mm.
I was the only one in the drive-through because it was like 11 p.m. So it was fast.
Was it fresh then?
I think so.
Because
As fresh as Wendy's can be.
It's fresh, never frozen beef. I mean, you got the end of the day meat that they set out in the morning.
check
But
out Dave's nephew over
Yeah, no
here.
kidding.
Fresh, never frozen.
Where are your
all beef
pigtails?
patty.
got my little shirt that says "Mom" on it here.
Is his wife secretly Wendy?
Maybe.
The Wendy?
Wendy. I don't know.
You've just answered so many questions that I didn't even know I had, but they are now all answered.
With more questions.
So
What'd you think of it? I want to know from you. You were
Sure, I
anxious
had
to
it
get this
first.
thing.
It was he was anxious. Logan was anxious to get this thing.
Was I?
I think.
I thought you were the one that brought this up.
I mean, I brought it up, but
And then you immediately went
Oh,
that
wait.
night to Wendy's. Come on,
True.
Caleb,
Good
own
point.
this.
Okay,
Let's own
point.
this.
But we
Yes.
do need to know how many patties everybody had.
one, I was a wuss.
I forgot and only did one.
I did one as well.
Okay. I just kind of forgot about it. I was meant to do two, and I only did one.
It was okay. Yeah, it was solid.
Okay, is it kind
Um,
of for me too?
I don't know about these pre-processed onions that people keep throwing on burgers. They're just not great.
Can we do like at least a moratorium on onions on something? Onions
At
and I
least
do
these
not
like
get
fried
along.
onion
Yeah,
things.
we've done this
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row,
Yeah.
and my heartburn was not feeling it
Yeah.
afterwards.
And they just don't really add a whole lot to the experience either. I don't know, they just seem like filler. I would have much rather just had the barbecue sauce on the burger.
I thought the sauce was all right.
Yeah.
That bourbon bacon sauce was all right.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't barbecue, it was bourbon sauce, right?
Yeah, so it had a sweeter,
Yeah.
tangier taste to it. I thought it was fine. Yeah, I wouldn't. Would I order it again? No.
Nah.
Yeah, I would, because if you said, hey, go order the bacon cheeseburger from Wendy's, I'm getting a Baconator. Like that's
I don't the bacon. Okay, controversial opinion.
ooh.
Baconator has too much bacon. I told you it was going to be controversial.
Is he off the podcast?
He might be. I mean, with this thing.
I don't even know who the hell he is anymore.
What is
I
there?
thought you liked America.
Bacon and mayo. I mean, come on. Like,
You're over here hiking.
I would much rather just have the burger with just a couple strips of bacon on it, because then you get the ketchup, the mustard, all that stuff.
Strips of bacon are on a Baconator, but anyway, 4.
I think it's
no.
6.
It is technically 6, but it feels like 12.
Yeah.
But it is technically 6.
My daughter did get a Baconator when we went. That
Not son of a full.
she got a son of.
Okay,
I was
alright.
not going to let her get a full. I was like, you are 10 years old. You are not getting a full.
This is
Baconator.
calories for your week.
Can I? You are 10 years old. Can I be there for her first Baconator?
Oh yeah. I mean,
In fact, I'm going to be the terrible influence. Uncle Jason's going to pick you up, and we're going to go get the full Baconator, but don't tell Dad.
And a large fry.
Yeah. And
Got a
guzzle
frosty.
yeah, just dipping the fries in the frosty along with it. Yeah.
Did you finish all that? Oh, here's a large Coke. Go ahead. Yeah. Make sure you don't brush your teeth for 3 days.
Because this is America.
Wait, you forgot your Newports.
Yeah. Unfiltered. Oh God. Yeah. The thing is, I don't think she'd have the fries. She wouldn't do it. So here's what she did. She had the son of Baconator, and she had 4 nugs.
That's the way to go. Oh, see,
yeah.
she's really onto it.
She's
You skip the fries and you go with the nugs.
Yeah.
She's onto it.
Yeah, she knows.
Especially at Wendy's anyway. Some places have good fries,
Yeah.
but Wendy's, just go to the nugs.
Yeah.
When you do those 4 for 4s, it's like, well, the fries are here.
Right.
They're just
the
kinda-
fries are just to fill you up after you've eaten everything else.
Yeah, they're more like the shame factor
Yeah.
of that 4
Yeah.
for 4.
their
The
fries
rest
are
of it,
very okay.
legitimate, like, want to eat this. And then those are just like, oh, God.
Yeah.
I went to Wendy's and this is what I deserve.
Right.
You deserve this. Finish the fries because you
do
hate
it.
yourself.
Dave is just glaring at you, peering over his glasses. Just finish those fries.
Eat them.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're all in agreement that it was very okay.
5. I give it a
6.
5.
I'd give it a 6 as
6.
well. Like 5 is like, if it didn't have onions on it, it might have gotten a 7. from
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I do have one other thing I want to say, and I think I'm in good company here. But when we're putting barbecue or when we're putting bacon on the cheeseburger, I'm thinking we all just got a message.
No, I'm
Okay.
checking the food for
Yeah.
next week.
Oh, okay.
Logan and I had the same idea at the
I got
exact same
I got
time.
a notification. I was like, did we all just get the same notification?
No, we got the. I need to look what else on Chew Boom.
So I think we are if we're going to go bacon cheeseburger,
Mm-hmm.
are you guys like me and you want to go like the club sandwich variety of that? If you were going to choose the condiment barbecue sauce with your bacon cheeseburger, or would you go lettuce, tomato, mayo with your bacon cheeseburger? Which do you prefer?
Lettuce, tomato, mayo.
You, Caleb?
I'm 50-50.
50-50
I could go
with
on any
barbecue
given
sauce?
day. I would.
Yeah. I guess there are days where I'm like, yeah, I want some barbecue.
Yeah.
There's a fast food thing, barbecue bacon cheeseburger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like people, it's not new. But if you made me choose, I'm gonna do like the deluxe quote unquote toppings all day with my bacon cheeseburger. That's what I'm choosing.
I mean, there's a third option there too. With me, and I guess I'd be like a third with the, instead of mayo, you do mustard instead.
Yellow.
Just like ketchup mustard, like a classic burger.
Oh yeah. That would come with maybe pickle though, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, good point.
There's a third option there that I think I would split my vote 3 ways depending on the mood.
If it, for whatever reason, if it has mustard and pickle, I want to throw the bacon off of there.
Okay.
I don't know
that's
whether
fair.
it's because these things have come like a certain way from these restaurants forever.
Yeah.
Like if you go get the basic cheeseburger, it's going to have ketchup, mustard, pickle, probably. And then the rest of them have like gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what'd you find? What'd you find, guys? You on the same page?
Yeah, I think I found something. It's a triumvirate of options.
I think I'm on the same thing. There's two options here as far as I can see.
Okay.
Because we do actually have a Taco John's here.
We do, and I did see those, and I just wasn't sure because it's breakfast burritos, and I didn't know if you'd be
Well,
up in
there's
time.
also a 3 for $5 chicken tacos.
I didn't know if that's like just a deal.
I guess
or
that's just a deal, yeah.
yeah. Or Hardee's has got a new line of hand-breaded chicken sandwiches, which includes the. So let me rattle them off here. Includes the hand-breaded chicken sandwich, which is the all-white meat chicken hand-breaded and fried to a crispy golden brown and on a toasted potato bun with crisp deli pickles and mayonnaise. There's the standard.
There is the pickles and mayonnaise.
Then there's the biscuit, which is the same chicken but on a biscuit. And then there is the hand-breaded chicken and waffle breakfast sandwich, which features
Well, that's my vote.
which features a pair of Belgian waffle buns sandwich
Belgian waffle buns, Caleb. You can get up for
we
Belgian
can do
waffle
this.
buns.
sandwiching a hand-breaded all-white meat chicken breast fillet, all topped with maple butter glaze.
It's the double down breakfast sandwich.
It is the double down breakfast.
That's
sandwich.
amazing.
Okay. All right.
I'm
Fair
excited.
enough.
I'm
It's
excited.
I mean, it's supposed to be available starting tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
There is a chance we may have to call an audible just in case it's not available
Right.
in this
Okay.
area.
Well, you'll go get in line right at 5:30 when they're open, right?
Oh,
So
yeah, I mean,
you'll
it's-
let us know.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. So we'll figure it out. God, I don't.
I'm here for the chicken sandwich and the Pokemon cards, please.
Pokemon cards.
Oh, did you guys hear about that?
Yeah, Target is no longer selling Pokemon cards.
they out
because
of it?
A dude was straight up like attacked.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, like there
Yeah,
was,
somebody brought a gun.
mhm.
Yep. Not just the one here. Nationwide, they have stopped. And also Walmart. I think it's Walmart.
Yeah, like major retail locations
Yeah.
are just done. They're like, yeah, we're not selling this stuff anymore.
This is why we can't have nice things. You internet, God, you're the worst, and that's why we're on it.
Mm-hmm.
For the
That's
record,
right.
but this is why we can't have nice
No,
things.
We're the one good piece of it.
Some would
Everybody
say.
else sucks.
Mhm.
It's a strong take. I like
is
it.
a strong take.
Mhm. Yep.
You know what else is a strong take? Resident Evil 8
Village.
Village. I can't-
Eightage.
Eightage, yes.
Eightage.
So, Caleb, were you completely done with Resident Evil?
I think
Village?
I am because
Okay.
I don't want to play Mercenaries.
Oh, okay.
Is that a
So-
trophies?
yeah.
Thing?
There are 2 trophies for Mercenaries. So here's where I am.
Mhm.
So if you pull up the Power Picks trophy guide, Power Picks, hats off to you. Thank you for your hard work.
You've been doing it a long time, and we've all used you, not just for trophies, but achievements too. So
Hmm.
yes, well done.
If you look at that guide, he says that the Village of Shadows run, which is the hardest difficulty run, he says that is about a 4 out of 10 in difficulty. He says that the Mercenaries mode trophies are an 8 out of 10 in difficulty. I had some trouble with the Village of Shadows playthrough. So I'm like, if I'm having trouble with his 4 out of 10, I'm never going to be able to do his 8 out of 10. So
Have
I'm
you
going to
even-
leave those 2 trophies untouched. Everything else I have unlocked though. So
I did try a Mercenaries mode. Have you done it at all?
no,
Okay,
I wasn't interested to begin with.
I did
so-
one area, I guess. So I don't know how exactly, like it's like one area is split into 3 parts. So I did 3 different parts. I think the scoring of it's really weird and how you score, because you score base. It's a score based thing. So it's like how you combo. And
It's
different things.
multipliers though, right?
Multipliers and stuff. And I
Okay.
think the thing is you have to play it a lot more. And the more you play it, the more stuff you get, so it's a grind to get anywhere, because you just start with a pistol and 20,000 lay, and you got to kind of just keep going from there. And it doesn't add up quick. Let's put it that way. Like, you got to really put some grind into that to get going in Mercenaries. So yeah, I think you're probably looking, that's probably what the challenge might actually be, more of the grind on it than the actual
like skill.
level to it. Yeah, unless it does get more difficult.
It
but
does. He said the first 4 you play like 4 levels, and then it's like the B side of those 4 levels. So there's like
Oh.
8 total.
Okay. Yeah. I
He
get
said that the last 4 are the challenging ones.
Okay. that
Because
makes
you
sense.
can't use. He was suggesting to use the sniper rifle for the first 4, because if you headshot from anywhere, close range or long distance, it still is a kill most of the time. But in those 4 that you do afterwards, the sniper rifle is not available. So you have to do a very specific run. I think it was like you have to use the upgraded knife, and then just hope that the skills you're picking up correlate to using the knife.
Yeah, there are a lot of things like when you go to pick up there are skills and it is random. Like you'll get a thing that'll be like, oh yeah, close up kill or close up attacks cause like triple damage, and then or also that you can get the close up kills like heal, or that I think you're like increased speed, things like that when you do those. So
It just seemed like a pain in the ass. So I'm like, I just don't.
And if you don't like the mode, then
Right.
you're not gonna be.
Did you don't like it, or could it grow on you at all, or you just?
I looked at it. I watched a playthrough of the first level, and I'm like, this is not something I would want to do.
It feels weird playing it after playing the game.
The only reason I would do it would be for the trophies. And if that's the reason I'm playing a video game, then I shouldn't be doing that, you know?
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't always agree, but
Yeah.
I agree now.
Yeah. Okay. I guess Where are you at in the village?
I'm not terribly much more along than I was last week. I did finish. I've done 2 boss fights or 2 areas. So I've done the castle and I've done Dollmaker.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was just today, and I know I need to go. I don't know. I'm a little bit, and I've only spent like 10 minutes looking around, but I was like, I've got some tools and some access to different, not areas, but different things like the wells. I have access to the wells now, so I've been kind of running around collecting that stuff.
That's
And
that-
you're
yeah,
in
open
prime
keys.
cleanup territory right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, you are certainly in that area of territory.
But what also has come with that is like an unsure where I'm headed, or not really unsure. I know I need to use a key item. I'm just not sure where. So that's but I'm not frustrated because I was still running around. I was like, I'll just go here and do this. I'll go here and do this. I had other things.
The
It
village-
should be pretty obvious when you look at the map where you need to go.
So
okay.
where Duke is, that's basically your hub.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're either going to go north or south from where Duke is. I
Okay.
just don't remember which one it is, but
Okay.
that's going to take you where you need to go. So yeah, all of that area with Duke is
Duke's something else.
Duke's pretty solid.
He's
Yes.
something else. He's all the, like he's like he plays the role of like, I'm just the merchant. I'm just the game's merchant. Don't mind me. And then like you come out of one of the areas and he's like, let me tell you what the story's about.
Right.
And I'm like, Duke, what? You've
Why
been
do you
holding
know all
on to
this
me
stuff?
here.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't want to say what it is, but there's a line late in the game that he says where I'm just like, okay, you have to explain this. You have to explain why you just said that right now. And then he doesn't.
Of course. Anyway. Yeah. I do love the when Ethan's such a goon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he's just like this one feels you last week. I don't know exactly what you said, Logan. So my apologies for not listening closely enough. That's what I'm saying. But you said something about you wish that it was a little more grounded, or you used the word grounded, and I was like, what are you talking about? And now after playing it for a little while, like I think I realized what you meant.
Oh, I think I said it's not grounded at all. But yet it knows it's not grounded at all, and that's why I laughed my ass off at you know what I'm talking about, when Lady Dimitrescu, when you go to open that door and your hand is now gone,
Yeah,
and then you go up the elevator,
you just
and
reattach
you just
the thing.
put it back on and pour some first aid goo on it,
That
and it
is-
stays.
The guy's just getting impaled
I
and
can't say.
sliced up.
There's more to
more
that.
and more to
There's more to
that.
that. But when
Okay.
the first time you do it,
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I wonder. But then the second area, the PT-esque area, which
Yeah.
is really cool pacing, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
it's such a departure from what you did in the first area, which is cool. But at that point in time, you're like, I'm in it, so I'm like, is this real? Is this Ethan's fever dream? Is any of this real? So they do a good job of leaving that door open, and I don't know the answer to that, but I do know that I'm supposed to believe that 7 happened.
Yep.
And I lived through 7, and if you think about them, like 7 takes itself fairly seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as ridiculous. This one's wacky. Ethan's wacky. Everything about it is wacky and over the top.
I love how everything around him is so wacky, and yet something like ridiculous will happen, and he'll just be like, "Oh shucks, guess I gotta go over there."
That's what I mean. Yes,
It's just so ho hum. Like
that's what I mean. The core of your core mission is so like messed up,
Yeah.
and he's just willing to accept it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my various body parts. He's just like,
Yeah.
you're not more. Whew, all right, on to the next. And I'm like, the other limb?
Yeah.
You're not upset about this?
Right.
Yeah.
No? All right then. Okay. All right. Way to go, buddy.
Yeah, and what you just said about the pacing though, like because each one of those areas is completely different,
Mm-hmm.
like it does make that game just feel so well. I mean, just like the pace, like you're gonna spend like an hour and a half, 2 hours in each area, and
Yeah.
it's like you go from like the castle to the and like all the the traditional Resident Evil, I guess I would call the castle area, and then to the PT area, and then the next area is like a mine area, and then the next area is a factory. So they're different settings, and they play completely different because they're completely different things. I'm not gonna say what they are, but each of them have their own separate type of things that you're doing, and really just.
And it's
But
like it goes from bombastic action to very like slower puzzle solving stuff, and then swells back up again. It does a fantastic job of that.
Yeah, it's a very excellent Resident Evil game. I just finished it today. Actually, I hadn't really played it. I just didn't get a chance to play games.
Yeah,
this
because
week.
you were pretty close when we talked last time.
Yeah,
so.
I picked it up last night for a little bit, and then oddly enough I was like, I don't know where I'm at. I should probably just wait and I'll finish it tomorrow. And I finished it in 15 minutes today. So it was like, oh, that's where I am. Oh, neat. Okay. I didn't realize exactly where I was at the last save when I decided to quit last night. But not a big deal. But yeah, I went and I did some Mercenaries and was like, so I'm trying to decide what I do next. With that game, like, because you said you did the knife run, right?
Yeah, if I were you, well, how much did you spend a lot of money on your first run?
I don't know. Define a lot of money.
Do you have? I think you need 2.1 million, something like that,
to do what?
to get the upgrade for the Magnum, so that you can get the infinite ammo.
Oh,
So
I mean,
if you have if you have over $1 million money, then you can do 3 runs. If you don't have over
I
$1 million,
don't have over $1 million.
you're gonna need to do a 4th run then, like I did, to get money. If you wanted to do all of
if
that.
I want to do all
yeah.
that stuff, if I want to,
Yeah.
because I think I do want to do the whole universe's best ad. I feel like
Yeah.
I want to get that just because, but
Let me tell you though, those last 3 bosses, and I'll talk to you when Jason's not around about them because I don't want to spoil things.
like how hard
The
they are.
last 3 bosses are ridiculous
I'm
because
not
of
surprised.
the constraints they put on you. I'm not going to say what, but because of the different situations you're in. Hint, hint.
I get it.
Yeah.
I don't see how I can do the knife only thing. Like
That's actually pretty easy.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, because on casual, it's really hard to die.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, you put it on casual.
Yeah, put it on casual. You buy the upgraded knife from the post game shop.
I already did that.
Okay,
The
and then you just buy
ceramic
that
knife.
as soon as you get to the shopkeeper. Just buy that. You do have to go through a little bit to get there.
So you have to, but you can only use the knife the
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're playing on casual, so it's
But yeah, it's really hard
just
to die.
that first lichen area is so
Yeah.
hard.
There's also a few free heals Like when you get your hand chopped off and then he puts the thing back on, that doesn't consume one from your inventory. You just get a free heal there. And there's like 4 or 5 times like that throughout the game. So it's really not bad at all.
Okay.
That's way easier than the hardest difficulty run.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll be interested to see how that goes.
You just gonna go until you are turned off, Logan?
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Good.
I mean, I might try it, and then if I fall off of it, I fall off of it. I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah.
See where I
Something
end
else
up.
comes out and you want to play it, go ahead.
Yeah, that's probably will be where it is, or if I'm just not having as much fun as I was the first time. I didn't get all of the labyrinths the first time, so I only have 2 of them. So I kind of want to find the other 2, because those were painstakingly awful to do, but at the same time very satisfying when they were done.
Especially when you can't get the right angle on it to see the
Oh
actual
my gosh,
ball.
that's
oh my
the issue.
god.
Ugh.
Do you know what we're talking about, Jason?
Mm-hmm. I've only done one. The one in the castle.
Yeah.
See, I didn't get the one in the castle. I didn't find that one.
Oh, really? Interesting. It's right next to Duke.
Seriously.
It's right next to the
but
typewriter.
the ball is not next to him, but the puzzle
Sorry.
is, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the puzzle
the
location.
ball
I
is what I
apologize.
need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the ball might have been one of those hard to find collectible, whatever, not collectibles, but one of those shoot 'em down kind of things.
I don't
think it's
remember
in
where
a
that ball
I think
is.
it's in a chandelier.
Mm.
And you
Okay. I might
head
not have seen
down. I think that's where it's at.
it. Got it.
There's also the cool, I don't know why I thought it was so cool, but there's the broken one in the castle
Oh yeah.
next to the window.
Mm-hmm.
It's like partially constructed. I don't know why I get such a kick out of it. Like, who was building this?
Yeah.
What were you doing? Why'd you walk away? What happened? Giant lady kill you? Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, yeah.
I understand.
Giant 9
Makes
foot
sense.
woman.
Yeah. That would interrupt your progress on
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
Swarm of bugs just attack you out of nowhere. Yeah.
Sure.
Makes sense.
Dead. Got it.
Got it.
Yeah. I saw this. I wanted to ask you guys this, if it was an unlock or a mod or what, but I saw a thumbnail last night when I was perusing YouTube of this like sexed out lady, Dimitrescu. Have you guys seen this? Is this a mod or is it an actual unlock?
I don't know.
There's
It's
a
not-
lot of people who are really into
Her?
Yeah.
her as a thing now. Yeah, I mean it's.
But I was wondering, it almost looked like an extra game thing, like a legit. But maybe it's just a mod.
I don't think so.
My guess
Okay.
is a mod because
It's a
since
mod.
people have had the demo for a while,
Oh.
that's why people are already working on her character model and
I saw
making all kinds of
one
crazy
of the
stuff.
one
yeah.
of the Dark Souls speedrunners is speedrunning this game now.
Oh, good.
And he modded the game so that, you know, at the very beginning when you have the baby, it's Chris's face on the baby. It's creepy.
I'm sure that sounds very disturbing.
It
Yes.
does.
Yeah, I'm upset. I wish you hadn't have said that. I'm not doing okay right now. It's creepy enough, like with actual Rose's face. Like,
Yeah.
I'm curious to talk to you guys later when I finish it, because I just don't know if there is any sense of reality, or if it's just absolutely wacky and completely doesn't come back home, or if it does. We'll see. I'm excited to see how it ties into the rest of the franchise, and if it all does happen, or if some of it is,
in similar Resident Evil fashion to every other game, you'll be pretty confused at the end of it.
lovely.
Very much so. But there is.
I wasn't confused at the end of one. Wesker did it.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
It was
I guess
Wesker.
let's put it this way: the
True.
last, you know what?
You know what? At the end of 4, Wesker did it.
Yeah, but 5, 7, and 8 now have kind of just a,
Well,
the freaking heck is going on here?
President Evil and all that crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you have like hundreds of people writing one story for dozens of years, it
gets a
it
little
gets a
messy.
little convoluted.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
I
yeah,
don't know. I was hoping that we talked about this last week. I was just hoping that it would have some kind of satisfactory tie-in, but
Well, there's a tie.
No, yeah,
there's a
is.
tie.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris Redfield is in this. I mean, that's part of it. I mean, like, is there stars? I
what
don't know.
about Barry Burton?
Well, Barry
Rebecca
Burton's dead.
Chambers? God bless him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Master of Unlocking is not, unfortunately,
Well,
in this game.
Jill is the master.
Oh,
of Light.
right. Yeah, sorry.
Barry just called her that.
Yeah. That's
You, the master of unlocking, should
Take
take it with you. It's so good. It's the best.
All right. Anything else with Resident Evil?
I'll keep chugging along. You're done. I was thinking about our conversation, and I was like, I'm gonna say I'm chugging along, and Caleb's gonna say I'm done with it. And sure enough,
Yeah.
that's where
Mhm.
things
Yeah,
went.
I figured you were done with it. I didn't realize there was a couple of rough mercenaries mode trophies. I didn't even look at those. I
Yeah.
just figured they were at
Go
least.
figure.
Yeah, that's about right. So, yeah, but if you've done the things you want to do with it, I mean,
Yep.
you've plowed through it. So okay. Well, I did finish Resident Evil, and then I moved on to Returnal today. Has anyone else touched this yet?
Not yet. It is
Okay.
on the way from GameFly, but it has not arrived yet.
Okay.
I'm kind of let you guys tell me whether or not I should play it.
Okay.
So that's kind of where I'm at, honestly.
Let me start with the loop there, because there's a loop. So this is a roguelike game. You start by crashing on this planet, and spoiler here, not like it's a spoiler,
Well, I
'cause
mean,
we all know
no,
what the game is.
just don't describe the story. Just don't describe the story.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah. So
I mean, everything else.
okay, so
Except for
I
the
mean,
story.
you're on a foreign planet. Shocker, not anything crazy. And you start with a gun, and that's pretty much it. And you start going out to find what you're looking for. There's objectives. Oddly enough, you're looking for the White Shadow.
Oh.
So I don't know if you're looking for a 70s TV show, but I guess you're looking for a 70s TV show about basketball. I don't know. It's really weird. And
The last remaining VHS copy.
the last remaining VHS copy on what I forget what planet I'm on. I was gonna say, just remember what planet this was. Very the third person. So you're in a spacesuit. You can dash. You can jump. You can jump and dash. You do not float. So this is like you have gravity. The enemies, there's so far I have come. Let's put this, I've played about 2 hours. So let's put that in perspective.
How many times have you died?
3.
Okay.
So I've died 3 times. Each time you die, you come back to the beginning. There are some permanent upgrades, but most upgrades are temporary. So that would only be on the run you are on. When you start back up again, you pretty much, so far I've only started with my weapon, and when you go back, it is randomly generated. In a sense, things are randomly generated. There are certain rooms that are like there are rooms. Like it's outdoor but rooms, if that makes any sense. And so the doors and stuff you go in, like usually the first couple rooms are procedurally generated, and then you'll have some that they all have the same standard. Okay, this door is here, and this takes you to another space that is permanently there. But then you'll go to around other areas that are completely different, but they're all basically the same thing when you think about it. They're just rooms with enemies in them for you to shoot enemies and then collect random items that you use to purchase upgrades with. Again, some temporary, some permanent. But then the rooms that are truly structured are the ones where you get the good upgrades. You get one gun. And so when I say that is, if you find another gun, you pick up that gun, you drop the gun you have. There is no swapping of guns, at least at this point in time. There are things, so when I talk about like temporary things, think of like Hades. So you would pick like a boon of some sort. Like there was one that I found called a parasite is what it is. And so there are some health pickups along the way, but if your suit integrity, so it's referred to as integrity, gets low, this parasite, if it gets to a dangerously low category, as long as you don't die while like within that specific fight, that parasite will bring your suit integrity back up to a minimum, like just above low integrity. So that was like one of the boons that I got for since we're talking Hades language here.
Yeah.
That's the same basic idea. So stuff like that. It did come with like a little bit of a trade-off. I don't remember what it was. Oh, it was, um, there's these things called malignancies.
Mm.
Um, some will give you like you could pick up a malignancy and it could give you something really good, but it could also like really bring something down like badly. And the only way to get rid of the bad part of it is by using something called ether, and ether is pretty rare.
So many
I
things.
It's got a lot of mechanics. I mean, I'm just rattling off all
Yeah.
the stuff, and I'm already seeing Jason just glazing over here. Uh, at the same time, the combat's pretty good. There is something I would say, boy, is it controversial to me. I don't know, at least in my head, I don't know, but the alt fire in this game. So typically, to look down sights, I mean, I've got a controller here. You hold down L2 and then fire with R2. Fun new gadgets they like to play with here because you can change the tension in the springs. There is, with this game, there is a way that it stops you mid L2. Like it kind of has like a little break on it, for lack of a better term. And that's how you fire your like look down sights for your main gun. If you want to alt fire, you push it all the way down
On a dual
Ooh.
sense
on
controller.
a dual sense controller. I mean, you feel it. You feel a hitch when you push it down. But like when you're used to like going like pushing down like hard every
Oh,
time, like
yeah.
any other game, like I've had to really adjust because that alt fire, if you go to push it down all the way, like your whole gun locks up if it's not ready because your alt fire has a cooldown. I know. It took me about 15 minutes to finally feel right with it, and it caused a death
I wonder if
because
there's an alternate control scheme because that's not going to work for me.
I don't know. I haven't messed with it. It could have one. It could not have one. I'm not really sure.
I don't. That's the one thing about that dual sense that I do not like is the tension on the triggers.
Mhm.
It is way too tough.
Yeah, so that is the weirdest part I would say for sure is this alt fire thing. And again, each gun, the one time you might pick up a carbine, your alt fire might be electricity. The next time you pick it up, it's a homing rocket. You don't know, and it all depends on what you come across. And I would say that you probably come across a new gun maybe every 20 minutes. So my first run that I had, I think it was purposely short because it put you up against an enemy that there's no
okay.
way in hell that you could beat that thing. Like there was just no way.
Probably somebody has, but
but it was
like, yeah.
tutorialized.
Yeah.
Like I mean, the whole thing was pretty well tutorialized. Of like, here's how you jump. Here's how you jump and dash. Here's what this meter means. Here's what this meter means. And like, there's a hot reload kind of thing with it. The hot reload is awful. It is.
I've heard that.
It just doesn't. It doesn't look right. It doesn't feel right compared to everything else that they put with like a sense of feel with the triggers. Like it just doesn't go with it at all. Like there's not actually a reload button either. It's just pressing the fire button, which just doesn't click in my head. It's like it's turning my FPS like controls and like other shooter controls just like on its head, and I don't understand what's going on there. At the same time, the story is really intriguing. Like there's a lot of unknowns, and then they throw a lot of weird stuff at you that you're just like, what the hell is happening here? Like,
Okay.
and it, like, so there's a reason to keep going. At the same time, I just don't know how much of a reason to keep going, and how long. How long is the long run that would essentially take you to the end of this game? Because if I'm gonna do a bunch of random runs here, like I'm already to a boss. That boss, it has 3 life bars. I took it down to 2 life bar, or yeah, so I took it down 2 life bars, and then it just started going off. Like it was one of those just like, okay, this is that cheap ass boss like tricks here, and by that point I barely had any life left, and there was no health upgrades anywhere in that area, and I was just done for.
As far as I understand, though, bosses stay dead.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So okay, well that's good to know. Like, so I don't have to beat this thing.
You don't have to
every
beat that every
time.
run.
So if I beat it on a run, because that run I was on was probably about 45 minutes, and so now I've got to go and redo 45 minutes to get back to this point, and I don't know if Well, I guess. Well, I may not because one of those upgrades I got, I think, is permanent. So that should maybe shorten it down. Because there's not a spoiler here, but there's you get a sword that can unlock doors. So it's like here you get a melee weapon and that can unlock this door that you come across pretty early, but you could never figure out what to do with it. But then 30 some minutes in, I finally unlocked the sword and now I can go to that door. So I don't know. I haven't gone back to that yet. So if I unlock that door with that sword now, does that just take me pretty straight to the boss?
Yeah, it might be shortcut.
Might be. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still too early, I guess, for the fact that I mean I've played.
I'm gonna check it out for sure. But you guys are way more into roguelikes than me.
I don't even know if I am really.
I mean, you were really
I
into
really
Hades.
liked Hades, but
and then Jason, I know, really like Dead Cells. So
I like Hades and Dead Cells quite a bit, but they have to be. I certainly don't. I don't know. I feel like they have to be pretty special
yeah,
for me to attach myself to them. Because I don't
As-
play every one that comes to the market or get excited about the genre in general.
as soon as I make a
Mm.
long run and don't get any of those permanent upgrades or whatever, I'm just gonna be like, why am I playing this?
yeah, because I'm having a hard time even with I mean, you can I think Ether and there's another currency that starts with an O. I can't remember what it is that you pick up. It's like oleander or something like that. I'm probably way off on it, but
It better be Oleander now.
it's probably not. I don't know. But either way, yeah, those carry over at least. So you do carry those. So I don't know. I'll get to it a little bit more this week and see where I'm at. So I will either be super up on this next week and still playing it, or I will have sent it back to GameFly by this time next week. I don't know yet.
Bets on that? Which way do you think that goes?
I think I'll take super into it if you want to take.
I'll take the other.
Sent it back.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's definitely the one
All right,
I
let's
want.
do it.
All right,
That's
we'll
the
see
one
how
you
it
want?
goes. Yep.
It
Mhm.
looks great.
Yeah.
I was gonna
it-
ask. That was I wanted to.
The
So
only-
visually, it looks nice.
Visually, it looks great. My only complaint of the entire thing, and it goes back to even the E3 trailer, and I finally figured out what it was today. I remember when we watched the E3 trailer, and I was like, God, her face looks terrible.
The visuals actually overall have improved over time, in my opinion.
They have her
From what we
face
saw.
still sucks, but I
That's
figured
interesting.
out what it is. She's just like, it's like they just took like super gloss paint and painted her face in like
She's shiny.
just super shiny, and I think that's what it is.
So she's Bridget Nielsen.
Could be. Like, but even at that, like, throw a lot of
No.
wax on her.
You know, the reason that I picked the super into it is just because what else is he gonna go to?
Back to Resident Evil.
I guess.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah. It's still
it's
still
still
on his
there.
shelf, on his currently playing section of his shelf.
It's still there.
Mortal Kombat 11 right there.
Yeah.
Ultimate Mortal Kombat 11. That's what. Yeah, that's the
That's what.
right over there. Yep.
Mm.
Season of Blood right now. Go ahead.
Okay.
Season of Blood. What is it not the Season of Blood in that game?
I don't know. The cosmetics for Season of Blood are pretty good. They might as well be dripping like black and red blood. they're pretty all right. Pretty
See,
good.
now you got me intrigued. Like, I might. Maybe I'll curious. about
Oh,
the-
You have
no,
to
I
fight
already-
your way to those cosmetics, but if you
Already
get
lost the
there,
bet. No, you're playing Returnal.
no, damn it.
So is that what you've been doing? Season of Blood instead of
No,
playing Resident Evil?
no. A lot of the show still.
Still.
The Cardinals won the World Series.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yep, we made it. I've been playing still with a friend of ours. I play that a
Mhm.
lot with like every other day. Get together, and you guys. I'm this for you, but you have a friend you've played with over the
Mhm.
years, and like having a way to just like basically have a phone call that's not a formal phone call.
Yeah, I mean,
And you
that's why I
just
play
talk.
Dota occasionally. Is exactly that reason.
So
Mm.
I've found that's been good to reconnect with a friend of mine and enjoy a sport that we both have a mutual love for. And the show's pretty good. You know, it'd be different if it sucked, but it doesn't suck. It's not the best sports game ever, for the record, but
Mm.
it's fun to play with different teams, look at batting stances, and just kind of peruse.
Who did the Cardinals beat in the World Series?
The Twins,
Oh,
who were supposed to be like they were a preseason pennant favorite. They're not having a great year, but if you look at their roster, they're loaded.
gotcha.
Yeah, they have good pitching, and they just like have a home run at every spot. They're loaded because they're an AL team. So, but they haven't played well. They haven't hit like they were supposed to so far this year. So, that's it. I played Resident Evil and I played the show, and that is it. Oh, I played a little bit of Cyber Shadow. I made a little progress in Cyber Shadow because the Cardinals won the World Series and my kids were downstairs, and I was like, what am I going to play now?
Can't play Resident Evil, that's for sure.
That is absolutely for damn sure. Can't play Resident Evil.
No.
So I played a little bit of Cyber Shadow. I still don't hate that game. I like it a lot. And it was like the kid-friendly thing. Oh, and I played, I beat a boss in Persona.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I did play. I played other stuff for sure when they were around. Persona's
I am very impressed with your ability to bounce around to things.
Well,
a
lot of it is dictated by what I can play in front of the kids. So like if they weren't around, I wouldn't have played Cyber Shadow or Persona, but they were around, and like you never know. Like if I was walking around in Resident Evil and just walking around the village, like not too bad, right? But then like all of a sudden he's lost a limb, and it's like, well. This is definitely not something, because if I don't know what's coming, then like that giant lichen ripping him apart, like I can't really, that's not safe. She came downstairs, I heard the door open this afternoon, and I was like, home button. Hey, Dad, I want to show you something. Oh, God.
I'm just sitting here looking at this menu.
Sit down. Let me show you something.
Yes.
You want to watch a man be destroyed?
It's like when you
into murder porn?
when you were
Here, have a Newport.
when you guys were kids, did you ever have the moment where like your parents were just about to walk in while you were playing something that you should not have been playing, so you panic and do something stupid?
I don't think so.
No?
I think I just let it be what it was. Okay, so here, think about though what we
It's
were
different
playing.
era.
Yeah, like none of the stuff we played would have been super bloody and violent.
That's
by
true.
the time our parents would have thought that like that's inappropriate.
Because you weren't playing like Splatterhouse or something.
Yeah.
I mean, even like Resident Evil was like, I mean, on PlayStation 1 wasn't like super gory because it was still pretty pixelated.
How old were we at that time though? 10, 11?
Oh gosh. I mean, I was going to say 12 or 13.
Maybe we were older.
I think we were a little bit older.
Yeah, I don't think it was that big of a deal. I do remember it happened with Mortal Kombat 1 a little bit with my parents, but they got over it. But there was definitely like, my dad would be like, huh. You know, like he would look at it, but he didn't like.
Strategically had the TV pointed towards me, and then the door is on the other side, so they didn't see the back of the TV as they come into my room. And I just remember my mom coming in once, and she's like, "What are you playing?" And I'm like, "Why do you want to know?" And she's like, "Well, I just watched this news report about this Grand Theft Auto game. I don't want you to ever play that." I'm like, literally playing it right now. Okay, Mom.
Yeah, I mean it was a weird time.
Yeah, like you playing My Little Pony Saves the World.
Please don't come over and check what I'm playing. She wouldn't have known anyway. She had no idea. But
it wasn't like it was. Like it just wasn't. It's just different now.
Yeah.
Even M-rated game like GTA, people made a big fuss out of it, but like the language wasn't there. I mean, you shot people and stuff, but it wasn't like.
I think it was the hot coffee thing that got a lot of people, even though that wasn't actually in the game. I think a lot of parents freaked out over that particular part.
Mm-hmm.
There were worse games at that time.
Oh yeah, Manhunt was out at that time.
Manhunt had already launched.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? And like, I realized Manhunt was small and it didn't get pressed, but like, I love that game. But that game like changed things. It was like, is that the word cunt? Like, that you can't put that in a video game. And like, they're F-bombing everybody, and there's like 3 different kind of ways to murder people, and like not just murder people, like murder porn people. It's like. You're in a snuff film.
They put Manhunt on the Wii, like, and with an actual cord attached to it.
It should have been a bigger deal. Like that was like, no, look over here. This is really where it's happening. But I guess at that point in time, it was still like, I don't know. It was still like a gamers thing, or like only hardcore gamers knew about it. But that was, I guess just because a game sold, it was popular. But even like I'm thinking about stuff. Maybe like the lethal enforcers. You know what lethal enforcers is?
No.
How would you describe Lethal Enforcers, Logan?
Can I take a guess?
Yeah, sure. Like what kind of game it is? Yeah, sure.
I'm thinking it's a fighting game where you play as cops.
I mean, that's not bad. It's
close. I mean,
it's like a light gun without the light gun
Oh, okay.
game. So like a first person shooter where you'd manually move the reticle around, and it came out on Genesis and SNES, and it was like you're a cop and you're just killing a bunch of like mafiosos, and it was kind of a big deal because you were shooting and killing people. So that, and it also was going for an element of reality. Like they weren't like human sprites the way that they did it with Mortal Kombat, but they were going for a level of realism or trying for a level of realism.
Yeah.
So I remember that was a big deal, and it was kind of, I think it was like a year and a half before Doom came to the PC. And Doom was one of those like,
it's fantastical enough.
yeah, I think that got a lot of news because supposedly the Columbine kids were
Yeah.
into it, and so that was more of a like, oh, they're playing Doom, and that was right around like Antichrist Superstar. That was like 97, 98.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Gosh, yeah.
So there was all this like, media was kind of maturing into, something at the time, and lines were being crossed, and those lines are well crossed now. It's not that big of a deal. Like you could talk to your 12-year-old now about this stuff and probably be okay as long as you had a conversation about it.
Right, yeah.
But it
'Cause
was
the parents of those people now are the ones who were lived through those.
yeah, and
in
we're
the
playing
90s.
those games and consuming that media. So that's an interesting. I haven't thought about that in years, Caleb. And now as a parent, I think about it totally differently. But we were those
Right.
kids,
Oh yeah.
like out there consuming the stuff at a bit of a young age. But I don't know. Like parent your children, internet. Try that. That might work out. I don't know. Like my dad be like, "Oh, that's interesting. You know this is fake, right?" Of course. Okay.
Yeah.
Like we would have, even if it was like a 5-second conversation, like it was something. Like just checking in on you. Hey, wrestling's fake, right? Yeah. Yes.
Still real to me, damn it.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like he would just, like those little things I remember, and
Yeah.
that still like meant enough. Like that was him being annoying, but at the same time, like, hey, you think this is dumb, right? You're aware this is dumb? Yes, it's dumb. You're not taking it too seriously? Yeah. Okay. All right. We're good. We're good.
I don't plan on punching someone's chest and anticipating ripping their heart out.
I'm not gonna,
Taking a
even if
bite
I
out of it,
tried,
maybe.
it's not gonna work out. You know,
No.
I'm not gonna do the splits and punch Logan in the nuts the next time I see him, Dad. I'm
I've
fine.
seen you do that before.
That was lately. Things are different now.
Mhm.
Things have changed.
Mhm.
It's more acceptable. We were just talking about that. Yeah, it's more
Yeah.
acceptable.
I mean, you just late night you just throw the remote up in the air, hit me in the nuts, and go fatality.
I would follow him around the dorm with a plastic sack. I kept waiting for the orange reticle to turn red, and it just never turned red. I crouched behind him, and he always kept turning around. But nothing to see here. Nope. Mm-mm. No. Nope.
Caleb, anything else game wise for you this week?
I played a bunch more Assassin's Creed.
Still plugging away, huh?
Plugging away.
Where you at story wise? Do you have any? What happened?
Have you gotten to the point? Have you gone to a separate location, where they take away all of your armor and weapons?
No. So
Okay.
you're
All right.
farther than I
All
am. Yeah.
That part sucks because you don't have any of your armor or weapons. So you're on. I won't say
Nude.
what, but you're in a separate place, map with probably 5 or 6 fast travel points, and you just have nothing. Like, I think I understand what they're trying to do because I think what they're trying to break up the pacing, and you're supposed to do stuff like with your fists, like, and then slowly buy equipment while you're there that you can use to then take out the objective. But I don't want to do that. I want my stuff back. So I'm like trying to do everything with just like bare fists and no armor, and I'm so over leveled at this point. I'm mostly succeeding in that. But it's just a weird. It's weird. It's a very strange area. But yeah, I think I looked at the walkthrough, and I think I've done about half of the areas in England, and then there's 3. Well, there's Norway, which you start at, and then there's 3 other areas that you go to, and I've done 2 of the 3 of those, and then I'm on this one. So I think I'm over halfway at 70 hours in this game.
Yeah, if you're completing everything, you're just a little over halfway. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm around. We were pretty close, but you were maxing everything out and doing
Yeah.
everything. I think we were pretty close narratively, and I was
You could,
like 33 hours, something
and you
like
could
that.
do lots of stuff in different orders too. So there could be stuff you've done that I haven't, and vice versa. It's a thing to play because I mean, I want to eventually go back to Persona. I want to go back to Fantasian. Like, there's stuff that I want to go back to, but I kind of just want to knock this one out first. You know what I mean? Just be done with it and move on.
Yeah, okay. I see that. I don't know. I'm not sure when I'll go back to it, but I will finish the main story someday.
Yeah.
So, I'll be curious to see what your hour count is. That might actually help me. I don't know. Help me determine.
I mean, it's going to be over 100 at this pace.
Oh,
So-
yeah, absolutely. That'll be the most you've spent with an AC game by far, right? Yeah, come on.
I mean, Black Flag I did all of those treasure chests.
Maybe close then.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, there was a lot of treasure chests. A lot of
Just
around
on those
the boat.
random islands where there's nothing but one chest. Like, I got
Mm.
all of those.
A lot of singing.
Wow.
A lot of shanty singing.
Yeah. A lot of podcast listening.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
that's a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, I have, well, hopefully this still happens. I have scheduled next week off of work,
No, okay.
and no plans to go anywhere. So I think
You're gonna finish AC.
I might finish AC next week. We'll see.
Okay.
Not this upcoming week, but the week after.
Okay, the week after,
Yeah.
so Memorial Day week.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, the week before Memorial Day. So I actually get an extra day.
Wait, isn't this week? Oh, yeah, there are 2 weeks before Memorial Day week.
Cool. I actually get an extra day on vacation for free then.
Nice. We're slightly off because I'm off the week after Memorial Day. Is when I'm gone.
I'm gone the week before.
You're on the week of Memorial Day.
Mm-hmm. So next
We're gonna have some
Sunday I won't
goofy
be here.
Okay.
So
Next
you get
Sunday or Memorial Day weekend.
the weekend before.
Okay, so you'll be back that Sunday of Memorial Day
Yes.
weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I'll be gone the Sunday after that.
Okay.
So
Have to figure out what
You
we're
guys,
gonna
you
do.
can't schedule vacations for Sundays.
I know. I just
Yes.
realized it too.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll have a very interesting week. Maybe we'll play a game live or something.
There you go.
We
That's
do
an
that. We
idea.
stream something instead,
There you
like
go.
something old maybe.
Okay.
We'll have to think about this.
Yeah.
Like, what is something that, or we could do a live. Well, we can't do it without you though. We could do a live watch party of The Rock because he's never seen The Rock.
Why
Or
don't
Con Air.
we watch it twice?
Okay, that I can do.
Because let's watch The Rock and talk about how amazing The Rock is and
It
how much
is.
we love The Rock.
Stanley Goodspeed.
Oh god. He's so good. Oh man, it's so good.
Or we just do a 2-person podcast.
No.
No, if we're gonna watch The Rock twice, no, sorry. The answer to that is no.
How did I get volunteered to watch this movie twice?
Because it's incredible.
So good.
Yeah.
But what if we watched The Rock and Con Air side by side? Would the show would it be
Oh
any
my
different?
god.
I mean, we just have one long hair Nick Cage and one short hair Nick Cage.
One has Malkovich.
Oh, that's true.
One has
is
Connery. It's all good, man. It's
They're
great.
Both great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh man, such good movies. Oh, but those are movies. Let's talk TV. Let's do some TV. Let's I'll start here. I watched Girls 5 Eva.
Okay.
Nice.
You got your Stamos timer ready to go? Just
Oh yeah,
I'm
good-
just
good
making
call.
sure you're
Yeah,
ready.
Yeah.
No,
You're
okay.
ready.
We'll be right. Yeah. We'll
I
get
got,
there.
oh god,
Got
I'm gonna need to take some.
We're at
quick
one
notes.
minute. This
I meant
week,
to
right?
take notes. I'm gonna have to do those after, so come back. But I started Girls 5 Eva this week.
Nice.
So this is an important thing. So Caleb, you finished the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm only 4 episodes in.
Halfway.
Halfway through, yeah. So Jason, we talked about this last week. This is the Spice Girls, Pussycat Dolls,
Peacock, right?
Peacock. Like essentially, they were popular in the '90s, and then a hip hop guy sampled them today, and they think that they can maybe go on a comeback tour, but they're all middle-aged women now. You were not kidding. This is a Tina Fey show, 100%. The way it's written, the way it's paced, it is that show. So
The
if
way
you-
they'll go back to a flashback for 10 seconds just to set up a joke.
yeah, like
yep.
it's 100% like the 30 Rock model. So if you didn't like 30 Rock, you are not going to like this. If you like 30 Rock, you will like this show.
Who didn't like 30 Rock?
I don't know. There's
I mean,
probably
30 Rock's
People
good.
that weren't smart enough to
Oh
understand
my
it.
Yes,
god!
that's
Then I
what
don't
it
want
was.
to talk to those.
Yeah. Yeah, this show's great. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I felt like this week was levity week, I guess. I don't know. It was like work was
Levity week.
work was a little stressful this week, so I was like, yeah, I don't really want to dive into a drama this week. So this was watch some random comedies this week. So I have not gone back to the Mayor of Easttown.
No sack Kate Winslet.
No, I will go back, but it was just not the week for it. It just wasn't the time.
Sad vaping Kate Winslet. No.
Oh no. Yeah, that's right. She does.
She's
put in
always
vape in her
vaping.
car. So yeah, but yeah, I think if you get a chance, Jason, this show, because you like 30 Rock, I think this one would be more up your alley than Rutherford Falls, if that makes any more sense.
Yeah, I don't think Rutherford Falls will be a thing that I do, but I could see myself watching the.
This is
Yeah,
better than
this one. I
Rutherford
think
Falls,
Aaron
yes.
would get into as well.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, because
Okay.
there's a lot of references to like the late '90s stuff in there, and like you said, the music's good.
It's catchy.
It's really catchy, and it is so subtly hilarious, because it's all like they all their old stuff. The joke is that it was just constant sexual innuendo, and then the stuff they're writing today is just blasphemally stupid. Like it's so bad. Like
yeah.
it's pretty solid. I like that show. It's real good and real dumb, and knows it's dumb and great at it.
I haven't watched the show, but when you get, for whatever reason, I keep thinking of Steve's boy band on American Dad B12.
It's very similar. I mean, they can't do anything without harmonizing. Like it is.
Girl, I need a shot of B12. Every time, like, so when you say catchy, like, I literally, that bit they did,
Yeah.
I still think
Well,
that
that's
song
the thing.
in my
It's
head.
Girls Five Eva, because forever is not long enough.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
pretty funny.
That's just the first verse of the song, too. There's
Seriously,
more.
that is the first verse,
Okay.
and it gets even better after that.
Okay.
It's and you weren't kidding. Sarah Bareilles is great, and
Yeah.
like I said, and that is her first acting gig, and it's a lead on a comedy show. And
Yeah, apparently I was listening to an interview, and apparently the showrunner, so she was hired to be like specifically an actress on the show.
the showrunner was, or
No, Sarah Bareilles.
Sarah Bareilles was okay.
And so they all were in agreement that we cannot. She was hired as an actress. We cannot ask Sarah Bareilles to write a song for this show. But if she wants to write a song for this show. So she was like, so we kept trying to subtly hint at it over and over and over, and eventually she was like, "Do you guys want me to write a song for the show?" And they were like, "Yes, please, yes." I don't remember which one it is, but there is one of her.
I was gonna say, like,
yeah.
I mean, maybe it's just because it's her voice, but I can feel like I almost feel like I hear her music in this just to begin with, just because it's so weird.
Yeah.
Like it's just some of the songs are weird enough, but yeah, it's like, oh yeah, this is definitely a Sarah Bareilles song. Like if you just put the right spin on it, like it's, yeah, yeah, show's good, show's real good. And like I think that there is just you texted us earlier this week that the fall lineup for NBC has no comedies on.
Yeah, isn't that bizarre?
They're throwing them all on Peacock.
Yeah.
And I started digging around a little bit more on like Peacock, and there's a ton of stuff on there, like a ton of stuff. I thought all the Harry Potter stuff was on HBO Max. Nope, it's on Peacock. All the Lord of the Rings stuff, Peacock. So they've got, I mean, The Office, Parks and Rec, 30 Rock, all of those shows are all on Peacock now. WWE is on Peacock now.
Yeah.
Like I would not be surprised if in 2 or 3 years, we are looking at the death of NBC as a network, and they're just going to be like, yeah, we're on Peacock. This is what we're doing. We're transitioning everything over here over the next couple years, and we're shutting down free broadcast television.
I would be shocked.
Yeah, I would too.
That's not. I think
I
that's
could-
pretty crazy. I don't think that's gonna happen.
I could see a hard pivot though, because the stuff that's on network TV is geared towards one audience, and then the stuff on Peacock is now they're shifting even further away.
Yeah.
So the stuff on NBC will be like reality competition shows and news and the
dramas,
dramas,
Law and Orders.
yeah,
yeah.
everything Dick Wolf makes. You know,
Yeah.
like that's the.
They're not going to put Meet the Press on Peacock. Like there are other Dateline, there are other NBC things that I think they're just going to let stay NBC. Like
Yeah.
until those people maybe age out.
right.
That's I guess.
But
what
I don't think that's going to happen in a
like,
few
I'm
years.
seeing my parents now, so neither of them have cable anymore.
Yeah.
So, like, that's where I guess I'm saying is like people in their 60s now do not have cable, and so what are they watching? Like they aren't getting this stuff over the air or anything else. Like they're skipping these things. Or
There's
they're
also
watching them on Hulu.
there's also
or,
a huge section of rural, uneducated America that
my parents are rural, uneducated. America,
no,
too.
no,
I know.
no. You know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even more rural than
Yes.
that. Lauren.
That's. Oh, I know. Yeah.
Even more rural and even more uneducated. Yes, like
Mississippi, Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, internet friends
Yeah.
in Mississippi and Alabama.
that's. I mean, that's part of it, but not all of it. There is I mean, and you don't even have to like circle certain states. It's throughout all of America.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
There is a huge number of this. Not to mention people that there's still a staggering amount of people that don't have high speed internet. So, yeah, I'm with Jason. I don't see that, but
Maybe it's farther down the line than I think.
but I
yeah.
think-
like the Olympics. I mean, there's just things
Yeah.
that NBC does.
But I get your point though. Like I
Mm-hmm.
do see a even bigger pivot than we've already seen.
Yeah,
like
with
stuff
no
is getting
comedies. Wow.
thrown off of the network and onto Peacock like crazy right now.
Mhm.
That's pretty smart
Yeah.
because I bet they can. I bet they've identified their customer and their individual market share, and they know you well. The opposite, right? So they know they have a certain audience with a certain amount of discretionary income that are just going to pay to watch comedies,
$5 a month.
right? And
Mhm.
so why not? Who acquired who acquired hockey?
I believe it's a dual thing between Turner and ESPN.
So it's an ESPN thing.
I don't know.
And I thought there for a hot minute, and maybe they acquired part of it too. But I
because
thought
the NBC hockey deal's over, right?
yeah, because I thought USA was maybe going to pick up some hockey here and there. Like
Well, that's another like Universal
Mm-hmm.
Isn't
property, right?
Yeah, because NBC Universal owns USA.
that- oh yeah.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
think Turner picked it up.
I just heard the other day that Fox no longer has football anymore. That's
What?
that's crazy.
Fox,
Yeah.
NFL.
They let
No.
their NFL rights go.
Unless I
That
heard that
seems
incorrectly.
crazy. I'll look that one up because that one would shock me. I don't know what Terry Bradshaw would do.
Man, that does seem wild. Like no Buck and Aikman.
I don't know. Unless they were talking about something else.
I mean, what would I do without that robot dancing around? I don't
Dun,
know.
dun, 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 dun.
He has a name. Cletus. His name is
Cletus. Yeah, that is correct.
I
Not
just
seen
looked
it.
at I'm just looking at news of Fox NFL, and
I might have misheard that then.
I'm not seeing anything about. I'm seeing NFL on Fox's Jimmy Johnson previews the Week 1 schedule for this
Okay,
year.
well,
Like,
maybe-
I
yeah.
don't-
Brought to you by Boner
You're
Pills.
misunderstood.
yeah, I'm not seeing anything here.
You watch anything else, Logan?
Just this week's Mythic Quest,
That episode 3?
episode 3. It was decent.
Yeah.
Decent episode. Yeah,
You watched that too?
Yep.
I need to watch them.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'll let you guys go with what you've been watching. I gotta make my proper notes here on Big Shot. Hold on.
I didn't watch I watched the finale of Mayans. That show's still exactly what I want it to be.
Mayans. I thought you said mines. I was like,
Mayans, Mayans
what show
NC.
is this?
They did a really good job of
Mimes?
the
You watch mimes?
Criminal Minds?
the cliffhanger for that show. I was really like, oh, don't do it. Don't do it. They did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Except, but when you actually watch a show like week to week
Yeah.
and you're not like binging season over season, that's rough. It's like, ah, damn.
Yeah.
I
So
gotta
they're
wait.
not done, I take it.
No,
Okay.
no, yeah. I bet they'll do 4 and 5 probably. Maybe 5 is where it ended. There were 7 seasons of Sons of Anarchy. And Sutter has left Mayans to make the Sons of Anarchy. I guess you would call it a sequel, but he's making a years down the road.
Yeah, I wonder if that's going to affect the quality.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. I did a little bit of digging, and he's been less involved in this season.
Okay.
So I think he's already kind of been like in and out.
Has the quality held up to the... Okay.
Yeah, it's been fine. Yeah. So hopefully that maintains. I think that show has a formula, and so if they stick to the formula, they will be fine. Yeah. If they stick to it, they'll be all right. If they stay true to the Sons of Anarchy Mayans shield formula, they'll be okay. Which is also kind of exciting because there are plenty of people like me that would give the next Sons of Anarchy iteration a shot for sure. So I'm excited to see what that is. And have you guys ever thought about watching Mr. In Between?
I don't even know if I've ever heard of Mr. In
It's
Between.
No.
an FX show about, I think he's a hitman.
Okay.
And I was thinking about watching the first season, then didn't. But during that show, I'm seeing trailers for the second season. That show looks good.
Really?
Yeah, I might give it a
I've
spin.
never even heard of it.
Mr. In Between. I think it actually, I don't know enough about it. The guy definitely has an accent, but I think it is a North American television show.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it aired somewhere else and then FX acquired the rights here. But I don't know enough about it. I do know that the trailers look good, so I might try that. I was curious if you guys have ever heard of it or tried it. Okay.
The only thing new that I watched this week was the first 2 episodes of Hacks.
I watched those as well.
Okay.
When I pulled up HBO tonight, I was like, shoot, I meant to watch those and didn't.
I think that show's okay. I don't think it's must-watch TV.
Okay.
Maybe you feel differently.
I do feel differently.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like it.
Are you a Gene Smart fan to begin with?
Yeah.
Well, I guess both of you. I'm looking. I guess.
I am.
No.
Okay.
I have no connection. So my biggest issue with the show is that I feel like they're forcing a relationship. They both very clearly do not want to be in this relationship with each other. They both very clearly have ways out of this relationship, and yet they continue to have this relationship. So it's a struggle for me to be like, okay, well, to find motivation, I guess. Why are they acting the way they're acting? Because it doesn't seem like they need to be doing this. I don't know. Maybe you have a different read on it than me.
I think the if we're talking strictly characters,
Yeah.
I think that the younger character needs the relationship. I don't think even though she wants to not be there, she needs it. She doesn't have anything else going on. She's on the brink. But Gene Smart's character, no. So it's interesting you say that because I don't know why Gene Smart's character keeps her around.
Yeah. That's the bigger part of it. But I mean, there are other things. I mean, she could just leave show business, like go get a 9-to-5 somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like maybe she can't do that, but
like they make offhand, like she makes the comment in the second episode about how she didn't graduate college.
yeah.
Like I do think they're trying to paint her into a corner a little bit.
Okay.
So I think she's more desperate than we're supposed to see desperation out of her. I
Yeah,
guess.
maybe that's just not what's coming across for me. I'm not getting that out of her.
And I think that I do see I see Jean Smart like seeing a little bit of herself in her, and a female writer who is an underdog. It's just unspoken. That's my read on it anyway. I also really like the relationship between her and the casino owner. It's like 5 minutes an episode, but it's fire. Those scenes are fire.
My favorite part of the show so far is the agent's receptionist. She's hilarious.
She reminds me a little bit of like a toned down version of the assistant on Mythic Quest.
Yeah.
She's like she's dumb in a different way, you know. They remind me of each other a lot.
When we're on a phone call, you need to have yourself on mute. I am on mute. I pressed the button.
He puts her in the wrong order. Oh man, so good. I will say I do think like where that show shines, Logan, in my opinion, is it's just funny and it's crass. So
I mean, I can see her character being super crass. So yeah,
it's really funny and really vulgar. There are some. I don't know about you. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but there were a couple of lines where I laughed out loud. I thought it was pretty funny.
When they were after the interview or whatever you want to call it, when they were going back and forth like very quick at each other, that was
pretty
amazing.
Good. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I think it's just the other parts of it for me that are just kind of having a little trouble identifying with the people here. Maybe that'll get better. Maybe there'll be a backstory that I don't know or something else. I don't know.
It's definitely the right length.
Yeah.
Or are they shorter episodes or
27, 28 minutes?
Oh, those are easy watches then.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'll give it a shot. That's for sure. I want to.
Yeah, give it a shot, but don't drop everything to do it. I guess
No,
is where it's at for me.
I'll get to it here at some point. That's for sure. But yeah, so. All right. Okay. Do I need to start the clock? You need to start the clock. Well, I got 1 minute this week.
Yeah, you got 1 minute. But I need to get this up and going.
Jason
tried to get me prepared, and I ignored him. And
this is the Stamos clock.
4 time.
John, Stamos, hair, Oikos, yogurt, basketball.
Oh, not 1 hour.
Disney Plus.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
This week's episode wasn't even an hour long, but I could probably go.
That was almost a huge mistake. All right, here we go. 1 minute starting now.
Okay. This week's episode was called This Is Our House. There was a moment where, I shouldn't say a moment, early on in the episode, his daughter had been trying to encourage him to date. Because he hasn't dated in several years since him and his wife got divorced. Ultimately, he ended up dating the theater teacher. The theater teacher basically forced herself onto him and made him go on the date with her. I kept referring to his periwinkle eyes.
30 seconds.
Okay. Now the big part of the story. So this week, the star player's dad, whose name is on the gym, like they're that rich that he's named the gym in this school, was arrested for embezzlement. And the repo men came and took everything out of their house. The girl ended up cheating on a test because of the issues that she was having. She ended up getting ejected from a game for fighting. It ended up becoming national news at the end of the show, and Stamos and the girl bond over their common and national embarrassment.
Time. I mean, I don't think the purpose of this was to give a recap of the show.
It is
but
You're not allowed to critique the segment. The segment is over.
All right.
It ended.
Fair.
Maybe you should just watch the show.
I got me about 100 winks right there. Feel refreshed.
Yeah.
What'd you guys talk about?
Periwinkle eyes. John Stamos has periwinkle eyes.
Oh, God. Did he talk about the Stamos show?
Yeah.
No, what would make him really mad? No, he was talking about how he thinks that Mortal Kombat is the worst game, and I don't know what's going to make Jason like horribly upset.
That if John Stamos was talking bad,
what
about
have you
it?
been trying to get Logan to watch or play for like 15 years that he just won't do it?
John Stamos is replacing. John Stamos is starring in a new spin-off of Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Logan started Breaking Bad, and you missed it.
Starring John Stamos, though.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you, it could be a thing. Stamos, he already played Jesse.
Okay, we're reaching into our overtime minute.
I feel really tired again all of a
Yeah.
sudden. I'm feeling a little woo, like maybe just.
Oh God, I don't have anything else for this week unless you guys do.
You watch anything else?
Yeah,
no,
I didn't.
didn't.
I didn't watch much. I wanted to make sure to watch X, and that was pretty much.
We're doing
it.
okay on time.
Oddly enough, yeah.
Should we look at the release calendar here real
I think we
quick?
did last
kind of
week, didn't we?
that last week a little bit.
It's just to recap that conversation. Nothing, right?
I think we found a couple things, but not, the new Ratchet and Clank,
Biomutant,
Okay. Ratchet and Clank Biomutant.
Mario Golf is out in June. Yeah, I guess we did kind of hit this, didn't we?
Yeah, I don't think that there's
not a
anything
lot of
there.
release dates past like
Is anyone interested in
August.
this Mass Effect thing?
The
Legendary reboot?
I'm a little bit. If I didn't have like these 100-hour games on my plate,
Yeah.
then I probably, if I was clean right now, and there's nothing else coming out, I could see myself playing that.
I've heard it looks nice, and they've done a couple of quality of life things to the first game.
Yeah.
That's
You
cool.
actually played Mass Effect 1 though. You just asked that question, and the thing that I always come think about. I don't know. There's probably other popular games. Like for me, it's Horizon. For you, it's Mass Effect. Like everybody loves Mass Effect, and you just don't like it. Everybody likes Horizon. I don't like it.
I don't
Or
know
that first Tomb
everybody
Raider
likes Horizon.
game. I don't like it. You know, they're just and not everybody, but like critically acclaimed thing that you don't like, and that's
What's
Mass
that game
Effect.
for me?
The critically acclaimed game that you don't like?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think, well, anything competitive multiplayer you don't really care for.
Yeah,
I think that's where
yeah.
you fall off on things. Otherwise,
I'm scared about Returnal. I'm scared I'm not gonna like it, and everybody else loves it.
I don't. Does everybody really
We didn't
love
need.
it?
I need to finish the conversation about Returnal. Sorry, I was just thinking
Mhm.
about what we needed to fit in. But real quick, if we could go back to that,
Mhm.
there's no. I can't tell you the last. How are you? What is your plan? Are you just going to put your PS5 in rest mode? Is that your plan?
I mean, so
I can't
what-
tell you the last time I was able to play a game for 3 hours straight,
So
let alone
once-
4.
you can essentially pause, but yeah, like if you just have to put it in rest mode and hope for the best.
They got to fix that.
They have
for me,
They have said that they are working on the ability to save mid game because they're hearing it's a barrier to people playing their damn game.
it is for me.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, when you're hearing about these 3-hour long runs, yeah, some people there was even points in time today where I was like, how long am I going to keep going here? This is like 45 minutes
And
now.
you're having success, but for you in that position, you're like, I'm going to put this thing in sleep,
Mhm.
or I'm going to die.
Mhm.
Like you shouldn't be thinking about, okay, I'm ready to die.
Yeah, like I should die now so I can
That's not the
move
way
on.
to-
No,
right.
that's not how you want to play a game like that.
Okay, I was just that's the
Um,
big barrier of entry for me, and I'm
at a
hoping to
point
hear
where
that.
I haven't. I mean, 45 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever it was that I went today. Like, yeah, sure, I was doing okay because the kids were all outside playing and were occupied.
But 2 weeks from now,
That may not be the case. When I'm on hour 2.5 of a run, I mean, that was the thing with Hades. I mean, the longest Hades run I think I had was 45 minutes, and that was the longest one. And then I think I got to the point where by the time I was doing my, 10th run of beating Hades, it was like 27 minutes.
I guess maybe that's the answer for me. It was Hades. So I liked Hades.
that's a good one.
Everybody else loved
good one.
Hades.
Yeah, but you didn't actively dislike it. Where I actively
Okay.
disliked Mass Effect 1. I was like, I don't
found
like this.
one game,
Mhm.
but it's old, and there's a reason why. It's GoldenEye.
Yeah,
I think
it's a
GoldenEye sucks.
Time and
but
place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
having only
It
played it
does
for
now.
the first time like 5 years,
Oh God,
5 years
yeah,
ago.
You can't go back and play that game now. It's impossible to go back and play that game now with
Yeah.
those controls. It's unplayable.
But yeah, I don't know how to think about that. I bet there is something. But there's something that I'm just like, yeah, no, not for
I
me.
think the only thing for me is Mass Effect. I'm trying to think of anything else that I actively dislike.
Stardew Valley,
But is that universally acclaimed?
pretty much.
And you don't, but you don't.
Not
like,
a
you
major
don't.
release though. I
Yeah,
mean,
but you
I
don't.
would say
You
Stardew's-
don't actively like. You played Stardew Valley. You don't love Stardew Valley, but you don't hate Stardew
Oh
Valley.
no, yeah, I wouldn't say I hate it.
Well,
by
and I
any
don't
means.
want to
It's
say you
more of just
hate Mass Effect either, but you
it's
definitely
more just the
dislike Mass
ongoing
Effect
joke.
more.
It's
than
the
Stardew.
ongoing joke that
Yeah.
I really despise Stardew Valley, but but no, I really hate it. No.
Yeah. Freaking
yeah,
awful.
Mass Effect. I was just like, this is bad. I don't like this at
The
all.
very first one.
Yeah, the very first one. I played
I can
5,
see
6
that.
hours of it, and I was like, this is like, I don't get why everybody likes this. I cannot stand this game at all.
This might be for you then. This this remastered thing.
Because I never played 2, and supposedly there was quality of life things that were fake.
So
I'm
they
just-
took
Yeah, 2's a
they
masterpiece.
retrofitted 2's combat into 1. So
But there's also a part of Mass Effect that I don't like in other games, and that is the constantly trying to decide my conversation tree. I don't like conversation trees
Yeah, okay, then maybe it's still not for you then.
because I don't like Fallout for that reason. I didn't like the Outer Worlds for that reason.
Yeah.
Maybe it's maybe I just don't like. I think I found out after the Outer Worlds, it was like, oh, I just don't like conversation trees. Like that's what I don't like.
Yeah, that could be.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think of an example of one that nothing that I can think of that's in a game that you what's up on the wall?
Like you're looking at my
Yeah.
wall, like I don't see a single game up there with a conversation tree.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
I don't know.
mm-mm.
Not really.
You don't remember all those dialogue choices in Crackdown?
I mean, Heavy Rain. It's a lot of
Those
dialogue.
were, but you didn't have a lot of dialogue. I guess with those had like severe impacts, where the impacts of those other ones were just kind of like, well, here's how your conversation's going to go. It's either going to go good or
Yeah.
bad.
They're kind of in Until Dawn,
Yeah. A little
but those
bit.
are like an either or kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like doesn't matter in Until Dawn.
It doesn't.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, is there some of that in Life is Strange?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different
maybe
kinds
not-
of games, though.
Maybe not like. I guess there's kind of a difference between like a dialogue decision and a dialogue tree.
Yeah.
Because a dialogue decision, like if it's an A or a B, or even an A, B, C, or D, and then you move on, then I
Uh-huh.
think you might be okay with that. But if it's an A, and now that leads into this topic, would you like to go to this topic now, or would you like to make a decision here?
I think it's decision
it's
trees in
that.
RPGs,
Yeah.
specifically RPGs, because I think I find them a waste of my time. Like, if I just would rather them just tell me the conversation instead of forcing me to pick what I want
Yeah.
to look at. Just like, no, just tell me. Like, I ain't got time for this. So, okay. Well, nothing else for this week. We got some crazy chicken and waffles from Hardee's to eat. If we do have to call an audible, we'll have to call an audible. We'll see what tomorrow brings because it's supposed to be available tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
They don't do all day breakfast.
no, but
No.
God,
They
if they
freaking should.
if there's any place that could benefit from all day breakfast, it's Hardee's.
And they don't have an app either. Oh, man. Okay.
No, yeah,
Have to actually go talk to a human to get this thing.
you may have
Oof.
to.
Well, I mean, it's just you don't have to actually talk to the human. You talk to the menu in the drive-through. So, I mean,
There just happens to be like there's a lot of wires that go down underground
Okay.
in between to a headset. So just think that you're talking to a headset who's going to ask you, "Welcome to Hardee's. Would you like to try a new chicken biscuit?"
it's welcome home to Hardee's.
It is
Okay.
welcome home to Hardee's.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Welcome home to Hardee's. Would you like to try a Frisco? Yes. I do.
Damn it, I do love a Frisco burger.
I'd also
Okay.
like the Monster Burger and curly fries that came for, but yes, I also want the
Well,
Frisco.
Frisco.
Thank you for
Does-
offering.
That must work, right? Because every drive-through does it.
Mm-hmm.
But who goes up to a drive-through without a plan? That is
Based
a
on-
thought that I cannot fathom.
Based on the amount of times I sit there and wait on people to
I
order,
know.
I think they don't have a plan.
That is true. There is like the Family Guy bit of, I would like 18 chicken vaginas, and I mean we've all
Yeah.
recently been behind the person who like
like looking out the window.
they look out the window. And
They don't have their
Oh,
glasses.
They've got their
on.
I don't know if I
cheaters.
told you about this. This
Oh,
was
no.
probably a month or two ago.
I'm excited to hear the
I
story.
know. I go to this is literally a Wendy's. So the
course.
meme of "Sir, this is a Wendy's," like
Oh.
literally. Okay. So there's this. I can see it's going to be a pain because there's one car in the drive-through, and I can see that it's two elderly women in there. So I know I'm in.
They're
I'm in
not-
for.
yeah.
Yep. I'm in for a wait here because this is going to take forever. She pulls up, rolls down the window, and says, "Yeah, what do you recommend?" Not even joking. This happened
Oh my!
at a Wendy's.
What did he recommend?
She interrupted. He started to say, like, he was like taken aback by it. So he was like, what do like that kind of thing. And she says, "I really want something with bacon on it."
Well,
He's like, "Do you want a Baconator?" "I think that might be too much bacon."
That's awesome.
there's just too much bacon on a baconator. Obviously. Well, is this where you got the issue from? Is this old lady?
Maybe.
Like,
But I think they ended up settling for some 4 for 4s. I
they do have
remember
don't
what
they
it
have a
was.
4 for 4 with like a
A
junior bacon?
JBC?
Junior bacon,
Yeah.
the JBC.
Yeah, you got to give the elderly lady to the JBC.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. I don't want to be armchair quarterback of the Wendy's drive-through, but
But
you gotta do that.
this was definitely a if the inside was open, they would have gone inside, but
I thought the insides were open now.
not at that point. This was a while ago.
Oh, okay.
You know, I don't want to bury the lead, but maybe one of our fast food challenges is we pick a fast food restaurant and we roll up and say, "What do you recommend?" and see what happens.
The only place that I've done that at that's kind of like fast food, we did that at Blaze Pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can see that there, though,
Me-
because that's a place where you sit down, even though
Yeah,
there's no
me-
wait staff.
When we went there the
No.
first time, me and a buddy went in and we didn't know what to order, so we just said, "Can you just make us 2 random pizzas?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, of course."
Ooh, that scares the bejesus out of me. That could be anything.
Could have a artichoke on
I
there,
think
Logan.
well, I think he said,
I like
"Give us
artichoke
I
on
do
there.
too.
your top 2 pizzas or something like that,
Mm.
like your 2 favorite pizzas."
Okay. No. What? Does Blaze count? I mean, I would consider it like a Chipotle.
Yeah,
I think
would
it
count.
does count.
Yeah, I think it falls into that fast casual.
I've never really liked Blaze all that
I
much.
do not
but
like Blaze at all. I think that is kind of terrible.
Okay, it doesn't
actually.
count.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of Blaze. The good thing is with Blaze is they're not going to have some new gimmick thing. I think we're okay.
Probably.
I wouldn't have thought Chipotle would have either, but hey, they surprised us.
Blaze introduced hot wings on their pizza.
I'd try that.
I'd try that not on their crust because it's trash.
Logan doesn't like Blaze. Hear about that?
Yeah, I think I heard about that.
Bad. I don't. My wife loves it though. That's the crazy thing. So the other night, that's what we did. My oldest and I, we had softball practice, so we went and got Wendy's drive-through and ate it on the way to softball practice. And then my youngest and my wife went to Blaze and then took my youngest to Chick-fil-A because they're right next to each other.
You know what, Jason? I'm going to put a spin on your suggestion here.
Mm-hmm.
Can we go to a fast food restaurant in an off time so they're not busy
Mm-hmm.
and say, what is the least ordered item on your menu? I want one of those.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be able to do that.
Well, that would just be like it would be their anecdotal
Yeah,
answer.
right.
What's
Like,
the thing that you never sell?
God? Like, what would that be at like a McDonald's? Like, what is their least-
Salad.
I don't even think they have salads anymore.
I think they quit selling.
Did
them.
they quit selling salads?
It was I think that was a COVID casualty.
I think so.
It's kind of amazing.
Let me pull up the Mickey D's app
Wow.
here and let's see what's on the app.
But like, do people actually order the tenders at
Are
McDonald's?
those around? I think those are. I
no,
think
maybe those
are
are gone too. I bet there's something on there that they're like, nobody ever orders the double fish fillet or whatever. you know?
Maybe you're onto something there. Like, what would it be?
Fries, sides, and more. Well, there's fries and fries and apple slices. That's it on that area.
Could
But
it be
otherwise,
the apple pie? Like, could it be?
Oh
sweets and
no,
treats?
I get the apple pie all the time.
You can get a Shamrock Shake right now.
It's spring-ish.
It was St. Patrick's Day ish.
It was
You can get a 13 cookie tote.
Maybe it's the cookies. Yeah, it could be
Maybe,
the cookies.
yeah.
There you go. Could be the cookies.
I do like McDonald's cookies. I will say that much. Gosh, I'm looking through here. I'm not unless there's something really weird under the. Wait a minute. Okay, there's sandwiches and more. I was like, what? Like, I'm trying to look through their sandwiches and say, okay, what's
Yeah, do they still have the chicken tenders?
I
I bet they
don't
don't.
think I don't see them. So I'm seeing the McChickens, the nuggets, and the fish. But then after that, it's all just regular burgers, and I'm not seeing anything else with those. I think we no longer have that. Remember when they used to have the wrap, like the afternoon wrap that they used to sell? I don't remember what.
Is that a wrap?
Yeah, it was like just a chicken tender. Well, yeah, it was literally a.
Did he say afternoon wrap, Caleb?
Yeah, like
What about the food made it specific to the afternoon?
it was something like you could get it in the afternoon for like 50 cents. It was something real dumb.
So this is like a happy hour wrap,
Yeah.
but it was on the menu all the time.
Yeah.
But it was just,
But in the afternoon it was super cheap.
hi, I'd like the afternoon wrap, please. He starts
It's kinda like a
beatboxing.
happy hour thing. Yeah.
Big Mac.
Yeah, I guess if nobody orders it, they just take it off the menu, right? So maybe this isn't gonna work.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what those things were called. They're just crispy chicken wraps, I think was all they were. Snack wraps. That's what they were called. Because it was just supposed to be for snacks. It was like
The
I
afternoon.
do remember that. I don't know how to
Just
transition
in
to
his
afternoon
mind,
wrap.
I just love how Logan's mind works. In his mind, he connected afternoon with snack. Because
Well,
that's when you eat a snack.
That's what you have to stack in the
Yeah.
afternoon.
Why wouldn't you have a
Yeah.
snack in the afternoon? I don't.
Some people have a 5-hour energy. Logan has a Big Mac.
Sometimes just need a snack. Well,
I'll have the large afternoon Mac.
Okay, we finally have a show title.
large afternoon Mac. All right. Well, this has been the large afternoon Mac, and we will see you next week without Jason, I guess.
Good luck, guys.
Okay.